to demolish 180 houses. Your eyes are like saucers. I used to own 900 acres in Mowe. Amonile went and sold it again. They gave us demolition approval and order, and they were to come with their soldiers. 180 houses, 180 families, 180 breadwinner and his wife and children. I just had to just say it. I lost about 200 million in Nigerian banks, bought 200 million naira worth of shares and didn't sell it for 30 million. And I'm not talking of wonder banks. I'm talking of the ones that are in existence today. And every time their shares go down, the MDs and founders go up. How come?
Welcome to the moment of truth. You just heard Pastor Mathew Ashimolowo. He's going to explain to us how he lost so much money, but how did he make all the money he lost? That's why I kept saying to you, my people, church is a business. Give and be blessed is all lies. It's for their own benefit. They have nothing to offer you. I want you to stay tuned to the end and see what Pastor Ashimolowo did, how he got the money, how he been spending the church money, and everything. He's very rich, stinkingly rich. But they are still collecting. His church in London still collecting because people still believe that this man has something to offer. But the way they collect, they see people to give to them, they are running into problems because you cannot mock God. Human beings are spirits. You cannot cheat human beings and get away with it, especially when you are cheating, you are robbing people in the name of God. I want you to stay tuned to the end. This video is educative as usual, and you will learn a lot in this video. Stay tuned.
Anybody who does not invest in living said that even after doing all that, you still get all kinds of drama. One son of the soil decides that he wants to see how he can come and take the land, and he wasted our time in court for 10 years. And we had to win at every level.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what were...
I'm 72. I've spent 40 years in England. I'm trying to do mathematics. I don't even know what mathematical value 40 is out of 72, but I know certainly it is about 55% of my life I've spent in England. And I know in purchasing, I've purchased buildings in England. I've purchased land in England. I've purchased churches in England. I've purchased houses in England. The one that...
And how did he raise the money? How did he get the money? Stay tuned in the next video. You see Funke Dollar jumping up because she knows money has arrived.
I take permission to take 5 minutes of your time, then I hand over the microphone. I like to challenge you. I'd like to challenge you today. Every time you receive a prophetic word like this, because I didn't preach, I just felt of the Lord that I should prophesy into your life. And that's what I have done tonight. Every time you receive a prophetic word, you must learn to react. I'd like you to say react. Oh, please say react. Saul was told by his servant, let's go to the man of God, but let's not go empty-handed. They came with a seed, and they found a throne, a crown, and a destiny. Tonight, the prophetic word the Lord gave me is for someone, and you got to learn how to react. I want to challenge you to sow seed tonight. I could give testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies, but I don't want to do so tonight because of time. I want to ask you to sow a seed that covers all the 52 weeks of this year. And although we're already in the second week, you still must do for the 52 weeks. Because there are still some areas that belong to you. And they are coming to your house. I'd like you to say amen. It's a very small seed. It's a small seed. And I want you to respond to it. For every week of this year, Psalm 68, verse 9 and verse 11, God will load you with benefits. Oh, they are going to mention you in the right places. I said they will mention you in the right places. If you believe it, say yes. Yeah. Some of you are going to begin to receive emails and texts, letters that shows that you have been mentioned. I want you to sow a seed, a prophetic seed. Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 15 and 16. Verse 15 said, they rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem in 52 days. After it had broken down, in spite of opposition, they rebuilt it in 52 days. Verse 16 says, they so prospered that the enemy said, no man can do this except it is God. How many are ready for such breakthrough? No man can do this except God. I want you to sow a seed of 52,000 naira. That's what I want you to sow. Those who are sowing that seed, I want you to come out quickly and stand in front of the speaker, because I want to pray for you. Don't wait for anyone.
So, after they pay tithes, they pay offering, they have to sow seed, 52,000 naira. Imagine 1,000 in that place. How much is it? State.
That was longest and most tedious. Took 4 months.
4 months.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was tedious.
That was tedious, yeah.
Wow.
It was tedious because it took 4 months. And that's because it's 24 acres. By the way, it's the largest church premises in the whole of Europe that this black man from Osun State had to lead his church to buy. And it took 4 months.
You saw that, so in the next video, it ran into wahala, trouble with Nigeria custom and exercise. Steve stole it now. Steve too stole it. Olegba. Stay tuned. And he's not complaining. That's the system they all implemented. Stay tuned till the end.
Ports and customs server is not down. How come your server is always down? Because somebody wants to do it manually. Server is always down. I've had that experience. I had it 3 times last year. I've had it once or twice this year when we brought in all the equipment from Macarius. Yes. Server was down to clear the containers. The engineers to fix the equipment came from Germany. We paid about 30,000 euro for their journey, and they have been here, and the loads will not clear from customs because we wanted to do a show at Christmas. And we were looking stupid to people whom we told Macarius would do a water show in December. The engineers
I think it's good.
I've been in Nigeria since November or something. We didn't get them until February.
You heard it, Nigeria, hey, it's hard on everybody. They're making life hard for people. So they are getting it back in return.
Wow.
This is the banks. They say there is a mortgage. There is no mortgage. The mortgage is tedious. They want you to pay when you borrow money at 28 to 30%. So today, Macarius, you get there, you see that there is infrastructure. That money was taken at 30% to keep our word, so that when we said there'll be road network, there'll be good drainage. So we are practically working for the banks.
So in order to ease himself from bank pressure, he turned to Nigeria gullibles. And this is what he did in the next video in order to raise money. Stay tuned, my people, till the end.
Listen! Do not choose the seed that is convenient. Choose the one that stretches. I want the people who are going to sow between $1,000 and $5,000. We're going to call you in one tranche, and you will come out to sow the seed. We're doing it differently this year. I'm going to ask you to stand at those bays. You are here tonight.
You need to see your business enter a new connection. Your life, your marriage, your destiny, your favors. I want you to get up. All those sowing between $1,000 and $5,000. Get up, stand up. All those who are sowing this, don't wait for anyone. Just begin to get up. Begin to get up.
Anytime your pastor needed any money, it's the members that suffered for it. They will come with their incision tongues and be asking for heavy amount. And people give. Stay tuned to the end.
So today, Macarius, you get there, you see that there is infrastructure. That money was taken at 30% to keep our word, so that when we said there'll be road network, there'll be good drainage. So we are practically working for the banks. The interest rate is impossible. So people therefore, because I don't want to send house by approaching the bank and getting money you can spread out with a low interest. I mean, I got to England in 84, confidence. By 88, I bought a house, 25-year mortgage. All I needed to do was show my salary as a young pastor and a young family. And my wife was working in inland revenue. So the two salaries is usually done as the two salaries times 3.5. And once you cover 95%, you can buy. The bank will give you 95% mortgage. You must bring 5% so that you share the risk. You only brought 5%. So you put 5% down, you begin to pay every month. So I bought a house within 4 years of being in England. I became part of the process of building equity and wealth. Bought it 68,000 in 1984. Sold it 2014 or 15 thereabout for 350,000. Although I've used it to borrow several times, I didn't get any cash.
Now, you see why said in this story. He just explained to you how we managed to get mortgage in the UK. And everyone in his church and people that attend his program, like myself, we all go through the same process. But on top of that, they will still collect your 10%. You will work, you struggle to pay your own mortgage, and they will still put burden on you to give them 10%, to give them offering, to sow seeds. This is why I'm interested in this case. For all of you to get sense, all the 10% give to God. Sow seed is for them. It's not for God. Stay tuned till the end.
If you go to Mowe, just say you want to know a place called Arogun. Arogun. It's just a village, part of my land. Let go of 180 plots in Arogun.
So you
were deceived. Amonile sold it. My surveyor knew that he was not in collusion. He's a very good person. He just made a terrible mistake.
Okay, so
can you imagine the losses? That's why it's good to keep your hands clean. His surveyor made a mistake and wasted 180 acres of lands. On top of that, they went to court for 10 years. So during those 10 years, the builders were building. So they finished 180 houses. So kudos to him. He couldn't have pulled down all the 180 houses. So he let go.
Our church bought 2 plots of land in Isolo for
right before your eyes, this whole transformation happened.
Oh, yeah. Plots of land in Isolo was 500 naira. And I can remember my father-in-law, who was our senior pastor, insisting we must buy 2 plots. Because some people say 1 is enough. And the man was foresighted. I still remember Akoka. Akoka was now not far from the university, but we still bought plot of land for 3,000 naira. The same Okwebi, which I wouldn't buy for 500 naira in 1979-80. And I went in 2004 and bought the plot for 10 million. and built 4 flats and a small house at the back. Stayed there for a few years. I now sold the whole place in 2018 for 120 or 150 million. My own investment there was 55. In fact, I made back my money because the 4 flats in front, Turkish International College, their teachers came to live in my house for 7 years. So they paid back,
Yes.
and so the buying of the place from me was my profit. Now, no salary could return your money.
You heard him, oh. He explained to us how he made his money and everything. He speak intelligently and he was honest in everything he said. Could you not believe that this same man is saying this in the next video? How manipulative these people could be. Stay tuned.
This morning, wherever you are, I pray for you for financial wisdom. It isn't that God have not provided for some people. Satan now uses foolishness and washes away everything they have. From this morning, the financial struggle is over. The struggle is over. The struggle is over. The struggle is over. The struggle is over. Wisdom from above. Wisdom from above to handle awesome resources. Receive. Everyone in a financial drought that is under the sound of my voice this morning. The thing have dried up. And you're wondering. All you have is memory of the days when the river was full. Karosha. Tikali. I command the river to be full again. I command the river to be full again. Makaredosia. Receive in the name of Jesus. God of financial miracle will visit you. God of financial miracle will visit you.
You see the manipulation I'm talking about. Did he receive his own financial breakthrough by prayer? Did anyone pray over him and decree over him for him to receive financial breakthrough? It's all lies. He just wants to dupe you. People will start giving him. Well, after he finished done all that, so he will now ask them to bring seeds. So you have to key into it for it to happen in your life. This is what they are doing to my people. My people get sense. It's all lies, it's all deception. Stay tuned.
I bought for 36 million naira, First Bank, at 36 naira per share. Wow. It fell to 12 naira. Lost that. I went and borrowed 60 million in 2005 or 6 from Sterling Bank to buy Sky Bank shares. It fell from 18 to 2 naira, from 14 to 2 naira 50.
Wow.
Washed away. Sterling Bank showed up in our office with 4 policemen to come and collect their money. I had to look for that money within 2-3 months.
What he did to get that money will shock you. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Man of the house. I want to bless the Lord for Pastor Ashimolowo. I want to thank God for the grace of God on his life, for the call of God on his life. I've been around, I've seen all sorts, and I know when I meet something that is genuine. And I'd like you to know this man is genuine. He's the real deal. I said he's the real deal. Called of God, anointed of God, blessed of God.
Ashimolowo did that for money, because that was during the time Aflukai was going through a lot about the dead race and all that. Lukai himself knew that he did that for money, that he was lying. Stay tuned. The same Sky Bank who loaned me money when we were building a house showed up in our church that had nothing to do with my company.
their risk manager came with about 10 staff to our service, as if she wants to come and disrupt church service. I'm mentioning banks so that they will know I have a right to mention them because I'm not lying. I bought GTB. I've been banking with them since 1993. I bought GTB for something like 18 naira. GTB fell to 3 naira 60 kobo.
I think they're selling now at 40.
I've sold almost all my 900 acres in Mowe, but there was a time I bought just 30 acres there for less than $1 million. That 30 acres was sold for something like 100 million. Nothing can give you that kind of return. This is a building we bought as a church in London for £168,000 in 1993. We sold it in 2014 for £4 million.
You say?
We bought it £168,000 as a church. We sold it for £4 million.
£4 million.
Imagine if we left the 168.
You heard all that, so I have one more video to show you. Is Ashimolowo supposed to be going around and be collecting money, tithe and offering, with all this wealth? They are too greedy. There's no Christ in them, and that's why I believe they will never see Christ. Stay tuned and let me close with the last video. All of you must have seen it, but it's good that you see it again. And I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.
1,000 naira, sorry. For every year you've lived on earth, I want you to give 1,000 naira. So if you've lived on earth 35 years, 35,000. If you've lived on earth 60 years, 60,000. Those people will stand on the right. Those who are giving $1,000 to the left. 1,000 naira for every year you've lived on earth. To the right. Those who are doing both in the middle. $1,000 to the left. 1,000 naira for every year you've lived on earth. To the right. Those who are doing both in the middle. Get out of your seat. Listen. You must be able to plug into a seed during these 3 days. They are looking at volume. Look at value. So when you look at value, not volume, then God will make your life valid. God will change your life from the dimension in which you are to where it's taking you. I want you to sow a seed of 50,000 naira. 5 is the number of grace. GRAC, God's riches at Christ's expense. God's about to bring you into a season you've never walked, dimensions you've never been, and testimonies you've never given. Grace, so that God will remove disgrace. That's why. Too small.